Think you know cricket? Test your knowledge with these 100 cricket trivia questions. Are you ready for the challenge? Can we begin? Who is known as the Master Blaster? Sachin Tendulkar. Which country won the first Cricket World Cup in 1975? West Indies. Who has the highest individual score in Test cricket? Brian Lara. Who was the captain of the Indian cricket team that won the 1983 World Cup? Kapil Dev. Who holds the record for the fastest century in ODI cricket? A.B. de Villiers. Which Indian cricketer is known as the Wall? Rahul Dravid. Who was the first cricketer to score a double century in ODI? Sachin Tendulkar. Who was the leading wicket taker in Test cricket? Muthaiya Muralitharan. Which Australian cricketer is nicknamed Punter? Ricky Ponting. Who was the first player to score 10,000 runs in Test cricket? Sunil Gavaskar. Who has the most centuries in Test cricket? Sachin Tendulkar. Which country won the ICC Cricket World Cup in 2019? England. Who was the first bowler to take a hat-trick in a World Cup match? Chetan Sharma. Which cricketer is known as the Sultan of Swing? Wasim Akram. Who scored the fastest 50 in T20 international cricket? Yuvraj Singh. Who has the record for the highest individual score in ODI cricket? Rohit Sharma. Who was the first batsman to score 100 international centuries? Sachin Tendulkar. Which team won the first T20 World Cup in 2007? India. Who has the most runs in a single edition of the World Cup? Sachin Tendulkar, 2003. Who was the youngest cricketer to score a century in international cricket? Shahid Afridi. Which player has taken the most wickets in a single World Cup tournament? Mitchell Starc. Who was the first cricketer to hit 6 sixes in an over in international cricket? Herschel Gibbs. Who was the only cricketer to score centuries in both innings of a Test match 3 times? Sunil Gavaskar. Who holds the record for the most catches in Test cricket as a non-wicket keeper? Rahul Dravid. Which Indian cricketer is known as Captain Cool? MS Dhoni. Who was the first woman cricketer to score 6,000 runs in ODIs? Mithali Raj. Which bowler has taken the most wickets in a calendar year in ODIs? Saqlain Mushtaq. Who was the first player to score 2,000 runs in T20 internationals? Virat Kohli. Which team has won the most ICC Cricket World Cups? Australia. Who was the only cricketer to take 10 wickets in a single innings in Test cricket? Anil Kumble. Which cricketer is known as the King of Reverse Swing? Waqar Younis. Who was the first cricketer to reach 10,000 runs in ODI cricket? Sachin Tendulkar. Which cricketer has the most 5-wicket hauls in Test cricket? Muthaiya Muralitharan. Who was the first cricketer to score 4 consecutive centuries in ODIs? Kumar Sangakkara. Which country did Jonty Rhodes play for? South Africa. Who holds the record for the most ducks in international cricket? Muthaiya Muralitharan. Which cricketer has the highest batting average in Test cricket? Sir Donald Bradman. Who was the first bowler to take 500 wickets in Test cricket? Courtney Walsh. Which cricketer is known as the Rawalpindi Express? Shoaib Akhtar. Who has the most runs in Test cricket? Sachin Tendulkar. Who scored the fastest double century in Test cricket? Nathan Astle. Which cricketer is known as the God of Offside? Sourav Ganguly. Who was the first cricketer to score a century in T20 internationals? Chris Gayle. Which team won the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup? India. Who was the first cricketer to take 300 wickets in Test cricket? Fred Truman. Who was the first Indian bowler to take a hat-trick in Test cricket? Harbhajan Singh. Which cricketer has the most centuries in ODI cricket? Sachin Tendulkar. Who was the first player to score 400 runs in a single Test innings? Brian Lara. Who has the highest individual score in T20 internationals? Aaron Finch. Which cricketer is known as Boom Boom? Shahid Afridi. Which cricketer holds the record for the most runs in a single calendar year in ODIs? Sachin Tendulkar, 1998. Who was the first cricketer to hit a century in the IPL? Brendan McCullum. Which Indian bowler has taken the most wickets in ODIs? Anil Kumble. Who was the first batsman to score 10,000 runs in ODIs? Sachin Tendulkar. Which country did Jacques Kallis represent? South Africa. Who holds the record for the most sixes in international cricket? Chris Gayle. Who was the only bowler to take a hat-trick in the inaugural IPL season? Lakshmipati Balaji. Which cricketer is known as Mr. 360? A.B. de Villiers. Who was the first captain to win all 3 ICC trophies, 50-over World Cup, T20 World Cup, and Champions Trophy? M.S. Dhoni. Who is the highest run scorer in T20 internationals? Virat Kohli. Who was the first bowler to take 100 wickets in T20 internationals? Lasith Malinga. Which cricketer has scored the most runs in a single edition of the IPL? Virat Kohli, 2016. Who was the first batsman to score 5 centuries in a single World Cup? Rohit Sharma. Which Australian cricketer is known as the Don? Don Bradman. Who was the first player to score 1,000 runs in IPL history? Adam Gilchrist. Which country won the ICC Champions Trophy in 2017? Pakistan. Who was the first cricketer to score a triple century in Test cricket? Andy Sandham. Which bowler has taken the most wickets in the history of the IPL? Yuzvendra Chahal. Who was the first batsman to score a century in all 3 formats of international cricket? Chris Gayle. Which cricketer is known as Mr. Cricket? Michael Hussey. Who was the first Indian cricketer to score a century in the IPL? Manish Pandey. Which cricketer has the most Man of the Match awards in ODIs? Sachin Tendulkar. Who was the first bowler to take 4 wickets in 4 consecutive balls in ODIs? Lasith Malinga. Which team won the inaugural IPL in 2008? Rajasthan Royals. Who was the first cricketer to score 3,000 runs in T20 internationals? Virat Kohli. Who is the highest wicket taker in a single edition of the World Cup? Glenn McGrath, 2007. Which cricketer is known as Zing King? MS Dhoni. Who was the first bowler to take 500 wickets in ODIs? Wasim Akram. Which cricketer has the most centuries in T20 internationals? Rohit Sharma. Who was the first Indian cricketer to take 300 wickets in ODIs? Anil Kumble. Which cricketer is known as the Little Master? Sunil Gavaskar. Who was the first cricketer to score a century in the World Cup? Dennis Amiss. Which country won the 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup? Australia. Who was the first cricketer to hit 100 sixes in T20 internationals? Chris Gayle. Who holds the record for the fastest 50 in OD cricket? A.B. de Villiers. Which Indian cricketer is known as the Nawab of Najafgarh? Virender Sehwag. Who was the first cricketer to score 1,000 runs in a single World Cup tournament? Sachin Tendulkar. Which cricketer has the most wickets in T20 internationals? Shakib Al Hasan. Who was the first cricketer to score 10,000 runs in T20 cricket? Chris Gayle. Who was the youngest cricketer to play in an international match? Hassan Raza. Which country won the ICC T20 World Cup in 2016? West Indies. Who is the highest run scorer in the history of the IPL? Virat Kohli. Who was the first bowler to take 100 wickets in the IPL? Lasith Malinga. Which cricketer holds the record for the fastest 1,000 runs in ODIs? Fakhar Zaman. Who was the first cricketer to score a century in an IPL final? Manish Pandey. Who holds the record for the most consecutive wins in ODIs as a captain? Ricky Ponting. Who was the first cricketer to score 1,500 runs in a single calendar year in ODIs? Virat Kohli. Which cricketer is known as the finisher? MS Dhoni. Who was the first bowler to take 600 wickets in Test cricket? Shane Warne. Which cricketer has the most 50s in T20 internationals? Virat Kohli. Which cricketer is known for the famous Desert Storm innings in the 1998 Coca-Cola Cup? Leave your answer in the comment section. Let's see who comments the right answer. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to GenKBlitz for more interesting quiz videos.